Let's do it. Welcome back, Veteran Spotlight.
Episode more than one. It gets so bad. Sam, welcome, man.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Thanks for coming out.
Hey, appreciate you guys inviting me.
Dude, we never get to see you unless we get to get you on camera.
Hey, it works, right?
Right. Dude. So, Sam, his, little backstory, Sam was instrumental in us starting all of this shit.
Yep.
As soon as we had, the idea, I remember sitting at a restaurant with Wade and Sam.
Yeah, live.
At Lime, right down the street. And
almost
being
almost a year ago, right?
Almost exactly.
Yeah.
Right after you came back from 10X.
Yeah. And I was like, here's all the stuff that we want to do. This is what we want it to be. And he's like, all right, well, how much of this have you done? We're like, none of it. We've done anything.
You wanted to do a podcast? I was like, do you know how to even start that? You're like, no, but I'm going to figure it out. But you guys...
no idea.
You guys definitely came through, so...
Thank you, man. And so we wouldn't be sitting here doing any of this stuff without you giving us guidance and helping us out at the very beginning, man. And
true that.
More than grateful for that, dude.
Thank
you, man.
Yeah,
really. Sam, welcome, man. We're talking a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your experience, dude. Your Army Reserve.
Yeah, Army Reserve. Still in the reserve, 15 years.
Wow.
Got 5 more years. I'm about to re-enlist though, and I think the re-enlistment bonus once this whole government shutdown happens or gets relieved, I'm gonna sign again for another 5 more years.
Yeah, and then be done. Retire.
Nice.
Do you get full retirement for that?
I guess I'm on 65, but I'm just staying in just because.
Yeah.
I hate quitting.
Plain and simple, man. That's it. I don't quit. I don't quit.
Yeah, quitter. Not a quitter.
Let's turn this up a little bit, and then cool.
What was your job?
Yeah.
What's your job?
So,
what is your job?
Basically, when I came in, I know you guys are gonna ask why I picked the Army.
Yeah.
To be honest, Navy got me first. The 2004 be all you could. No, it wasn't be all you could be. The high speed boat and all that. I was yes, I want to do that. I went to Navy office. Can you swim? I was like, no. So I went next door. Actually talked to a Marine recruiter, and he was something special. He was on me all the time, made me wake up early in the morning, start running. And I told him I'm not ready to sign right now. And he was like, why? You're a freaking pussy, la la la. And I guess at that time I was in my feelings, so I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with you, bro.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what I said, I guess.
No.
So I went next door to the Army, and probably the best decision I ever made. And ever since 2004, went to basic training in 2004 at Fort Jackson, Relaxing Jackson. Yeah, and it was very interesting because when I joined the military, I wanted to be an MP or something in combat. Obviously, everyone who joins the military wants to jump in combat. However, with Army Reserves, the only combat MOS is probably close to a combat engineer or MP.
Yeah.
And in high school, I was a knucklehead, got in a fight, so that kind of I couldn't get a secret clearance, I guess, right off the front. So my recruiter was like, oh, let me put you in a good unit that has special forces, great battalion, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, whatever, just pick any job. He stuck me into human resources, which I thought, just go to basic training, come back out, and reclass into a different MOS.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. I went on my first deployment in 2006, which was 13 months. I never did human resource work. I actually did a lot of logistics with the postal. It was pretty interesting because I learned so much, being a young person going to Iraq. At that time, I was like a knucklehead. I never could be consistent on anything. And actually being outside of my environment, being overseas, hearing all these crazy things. I was blessed to be in Al-Assad, which at that time was kind of like Disney World. But the realistic thing of it, I went out to the FOBs and I saw how the infantry guys were living, and it kind of touched my heart. So doing the whole postal thing, to me it was these guys getting a piece of mail was everything. So I basically logistically had to track at 5 firm bases. One was in KV, AQ, Camp Hit, and Ramadi and Fallujah.
Wow, yeah.
And that was
that time period too, was a shit show.
Yeah, definitely a bad time. And they were mail routes were getting disrupted because a lot of combat was happening. So I did everything in my power to make sure that we can go around all that. And I was 20 years old. I'm like, hey, we can do it. If we had to fly it out, we flew it out. But I knew that something going off. I knew that if these guys didn't get their mail, that for me, when I got a piece of mail from my family, it meant the world to me.
Yeah.
So it was like one of my things that I wanted to do was obviously serve them. You know, if I'm out there in Disney World and they're out in the, you know, the sticks, like get the mail to them. That's all that's important. So learned a lot.
Yeah, man, dude, there's nothing like getting a fucking package.
It's the best feeling,
especially out there, man. No, 100%, dude.
100%.
So, fuck, thank you, man.
What's something you learned? Well, you're still active, but what's something you learned from your time in the service that you applied to your life now?
It's crazy you're asking that, because I was talking to Samantha this morning about that and its capacity. When I went into the military, I thought my capacity was like this big, you know, and I always limited myself to this capacity. But I was working 7 days a week, freaking 10-hour days, 12-hour days. I remember one time we had mail coming outside freaking post office down the street, and we didn't give up. Actually, on the base I worked at outside, we actually teamed up with Marines, so we're both stationed together. So I learned a lot of things. And my work ethics, I stayed up 10 hours, 12 hours. We actually fell asleep on pallets. I got a picture of myself laying on a pallet of mail because it was unsecured, so we had to stay and watch it. And the Marines taught me that, you know, it was like, hey, get out there, we're gonna do this until the mail is done, till the mission is complete. So since I was working with Marines so much, my chain of command, I was a specialist at the time. My chain of command was like, they didn't respect me obviously because I'm a specialist. They're like, you have no authority over us. So in the Army, we got rid of the corporal. So my chain of command said, you know what, we need to promote this guy so he can be a leadership within the Marines. So they promoted me to corporal. And at that time, the Marines were like, an Army guy got corporal? You must be the shit, you know? So it's like, they loved me to death, and it helped me complete the mission. So
cool. That's fucking sweet, man. I love hearing stories like that, dude. We'll call that the Joint Mail Task Force.
There you go. We call ourselves the USPS Special Forces. Combat posting, bro.
Love it.
Dude, it's hysterical, man. And what do you do now?
I do a couple of things. Right now, I'm actually a police officer for the great city of Margate. And what I do there is really interesting because when I first started, I was a road patrol officer. And you can only do a limited amount of things as far as your reach. But now I'm in the community service division, which my reach is huge. Any idea that I come back, like helping anybody out, helping the city, helping homeless people, whatever it is, I can do whatever I want to do with that. So it's awesome to be in that situation where whatever idea I come up with helping people, I can go out and do it. And especially in the role that I'm at, I have the reach. I have, you know, we have the whole police department supporting any initiative that we do. So it's an amazing place to be. And on the side, obviously, I own a marketing company where we focus on brand management. You know, that's one of my biggest things is brand, and brand is everything. So.
Of course. Yeah, dude, so you know what? Most of the time I forget that you're actually a cop.
Yeah, right?
I always do.
I think I'm like because I'm so like different from being this, you know, the regular cop because I got so much else going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I remember you came in here with like a badge and a gun one day.
Like, who's this joke?
And I was like, what the fuck is Sam doing? You can't do that.
That's a great costume.
Impersonating a cop, right?
Yeah. That looks real.
And it was really cool, man. And I think Alex is here. Congratulations. Hey, man. Oh, fucking would be.
Advice for those that are transitioning out.
I think I'm not really going out, so I really don't know the feeling. But for me, I know it's gonna be hard because I've been doing this for 15 years and 20 years. I think it's like, for me, my why is the reason that you're in the military, and I guess out is still following that why. My whole thing is serving and helping people. So at the end of the day, I think the transition is to focus on your why while you're outside the military.
Yeah, even if that's finding like what it is.
What it is, yeah.
Right? Because fuck, I didn't know what mine was. Like going in, getting out.
I'm
like,
still trying to figure out my why sometimes. That's the time. So.
And we're all rolling, man. And that's the thing. As long as you're like one, you know, I love the 1% a day stuff. Like 1% a day. Try to get better 1%.
Exactly.
Every day. 100 days, you're 100% better. All right, Sam.
Big question.
The drum roll. Yeah, man. So if you had a blank billboard for like the entire fucking massive billboard for the entire world to see, what would you write on the billboard?
I would need a couple of them, but if I had to pick one,
you get one fucking billboard, Sam. This isn't Holiday Inn, Continental Billboards.
Yeah. Don't box yourself. I think that life, everyone sets self-limiting ideas based off of other people's perception or based on your own perception. And I think that if you eliminate all that negative self-talk and kind of focus on who you want to be, and don't allow yourself, just because I'm a cop doesn't mean that I have to, you know, act like a cop or be a cop 24/7. That's not who I am.
Right.
You know, that's a job that I do. However, it's, you know, represents what I believe in. But don't let anything just limit who you are, because, you know, we have the capacity to be anything that we want. So don't let yourself be boxed in.
I love that, dude. That's good. That's a fucking good one. It's a good billboard.
Good billboard.
It's Good big board. Sam, dude, thank you, man.
Thank you
for
guys. Thank you
hanging
guys.
with us, man. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for
Dealing with our
everything.
camera problem. Hey, see, we get it done, man. We get
It was on the
Either way,
fly.
we get it done. Cool.
There's a Veteran Spotlight.
Yes.
YouTube.
I missed it. Oh well.